How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed to be here.
I know that's right. I'm sitting with, the man, the myth, the legend, Kenny Gallop Jr.
Yes, sir.
So everybody know, well, maybe most people don't know you from the 757.
Correct.
They could talk about Mike Vick, Allen Iverson, and there's a whole other list of athletes from the 757. How has that shaped your football journey, brother?
So we have a rich culture down here in the Tidewater area. We're known for producing a bunch of dominant athletes, and just the mindset we have down here. We're just very hungry. To me, I feel like we don't have the most exposure, but if you know, you know, and I think we have that chip on our shoulder that helps us, dominate the level that we be playing in.
I hear that. Now, there's another thing um, that you have, and most people know her by the cowbell. You know what I mean? You have a very
Right.
close relationship with your mother, and she comes in. How does her support in that the love from the family um,
Right.
inspire you or keep you going?
So I have a big support system. Both my parents, they always at every game. My pops more the low key, sitting at the top, watching, seeing all the mistakes I made. While my mom, she's more, in the crowd, making a noise with her cowbells. But the support system is always there. They travel to all the games, home or away, and that's one of my biggest whys. Why I play the game. Just to make them happy. Go out there and play for my last name on the back of my jersey, and just make the family proud. So they sacrificed a lot for me. So I feel like it's only right for me just to go out there, and play my tail off. So
I hear that, man. And it is, you have played your tail off, brother. And I have the blessing of watching you evolve into the man you become. You've always been a leader on the field. You've been a baller. So like, cause you've achieved so much in your
right.
career at Howard, and All American awards, MEAC player, defensive player of the year, all those kind of things. What do those accolades mean to you?
First I say, it's just a blessing. I'm a guy that like to write my goals down, and just to see, when you write the goal down, you get to asking yourself just like, hey, as I'm doing too much, as I'm reaching too far, and then you realize, if I realize for me, if I actually believe in myself and I actually put the work in, that I can achieve any goal that I write down. And it feels amazing when you actually achieve them goals, especially the ones you work so hard for, even the ones that people didn't believe in you. And for me, it was just really a blessing. Each accolade, it feels good because you know how much you sacrifice, how much time you spent, extra work, extra film study, in the weight room more, taking care of your body, the things you sacrifice, not going to parties, the things you sacrifice, and to see the hard work pays off. I mean, it's no better feeling.
I hear that. And then think like the other thing about you survived the athletics at Howard. You thrived there. But
Right.
also talk about how the Howard culture, the attitude, and the academic expectations. How did that play into your development and in your growth also?
Right, because it's bigger than a game of football. Coach Scott always said, you want to dominate on the field, but also off the field. You take pride in just being good in everything. I feel like how you react and how you act off the field, it helps you on the field, and just being in that Howard culture, you see different students who come to class every single day, put their head down and work, and actually work on their craft for what they become, and that the next lawyer, even the next vice president, right? And you see the hunger that students have on that campus. It only persuades you to do the same thing in the classroom, but then also the field. And so, one thing we took pride in when I first got to Howard is we just don't want to be known as an academic school, but we want to still take the academic serious, but we want to make sure that, okay, Howard, they're known for their academics. That's always going to be like that. We want to make sure, okay, now you got to talk about Howard athletic program and the football program.
I hear that. And talking about getting back to football, right?
Right.
Talk about or explain to me like how the team, because I see like the team is pretty close, really
Right.
close. Explain to me how you developed in your leadership into your position that you are now with the team.
So when I first got there at Howard, for me, I was quiet, laid back, trying to get the feel of things, especially, first time stepping foot on campus, getting used to the workouts. It was a lot. And then for me, I just feel like I'm a natural born leader. So I just started doing what I normally do, put in extra work, get there early, be the last person to leave the field. And, a lot of people just started, to follow me. And then from there, I realized that I had a voice, and then people had a bunch of respect for me. And, one thing I appreciate about Howard is for me being a great leader, for guys actually believing in me, letting me pour into them, following me. Because one thing about me, I know that I had to realize was that, everybody's watching. And, for me, every little thing I try to do, I try to be the best I possibly can, because I know that younger guy is watching, and I want to give them game. I had older guys, Howard alum, who, gave me free game. And so for me, what I was doing was listening to them and then giving the free game to the younger guys beneath me. And so hopefully, I feel like I did my part at Howard, and hopefully, the program gets better and better.
And you kind of stayed at Howard through the transfer portal. You
Right.
had all these possible options. What was it about Howard that made you stay?
So I just feel like, and I'm being totally honest. So, I told the story a million times with just Howard being my only scholarship. And it just felt like everything happened for a reason. I felt like Howard was just home for me. The atmosphere. And then like when I tell people all the time that I made a 40-year decision, not four. And, Howard is a great academic school. They put you in a well position after you graduate. Um, and just the culture there, just the pride people have from there, the love that people show me, the support that people have for me. And then I promised my mom that I graduate from Howard. So that was always my main thing. And I definitely wanted to be a man of my word. So that was one of the, the real reasons, why I stayed at Howard. Then also the brotherhood on the football team, the camaraderie, the chemistry that we have, you know, it means a lot. Sometimes the connections can mean way more than money. So it was just, that was like my thought process going into it.
So coming there, every college football player wants to go to the NFL.
Right.
When did that possibility start showing up? When did you start really seeing that as a possibility?
See, that's a great question, because coming from the area, you hear about the different legends, everyone, wants to, make it to the next level. But for me, I was so caught up in this, I just wanted to go to college, right? So I always wanted to go to college. I didn't want my parents to pay for school. And I felt like if I get a degree where I'm from, that's successful. You get a degree, you're getting a good job, and you take care of your family, and you're great. And so, but I would say after my second year at Howard, you had a lot of guys like, man, like, nah, like, you got a possible shot, man. Like, you keep going. My coach is telling me, to motivate me. And, I really started believing. And then I always had the confidence that I can play with anybody on the field. And so I just really started believing, and I just start talking to guys, who, played in the NFL, and, they'll give me free game, and they'll tell me like, hey, you definitely have a shot. And so I just started believing more and more. And then, now we here.
I hear that. And so, speaking of your third year after your second year, because your second year, that's when y'all were Curl MEAC champions.
Right.
But you were able to be the leader on defense to help the team go to that Celebration Bowl and win that outright MEAC title. Tell me what it was like that year. People didn't expect that to happen. Talk to me about it a little bit.
The camaraderie, the chemistry that we had, the things we did off the field, with that volunteered in the community, to get us close to hanging out together, off the field, getting extra work on the field, the early morning workouts. I know our position coach, he does a great job of motivating us. And for us, we was if we had to wake up at 5:30, he'll make us wake up 30 minutes earlier than that. It was just a lot of time we sacrificed to get to that championship and to win that championship, to me that championship, man. It was a lot. But I would say the biggest thing was just the chemistry. We loved each other. We played for each other. Nobody was really selfish. It been stories, how we had at the time, we had 3 running backs who all could have been a starter. But
Mhm.
everyone stick together. It was just the chemistry, the love we had for each other, and everyone played for each other. And then we also believe we had enough talent that could compete with anybody, but also dominate and beat everyone. And luckily we did that in 2023.
Yeah, that was it. I got to watch it, man, and it was definitely a great year, and it's fun to be a part of that.
Yeah.
On the sidelines. Um, Moving on, I'm gonna come back to football, but I want to move for something, talk about something. So I know that you like battle rap a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, who would you say your favorite battle rapper is?
Lately it been Geechee got it. But you got a lot, man. There's a lot of man. It's a lot of. I have a lot of guys that I love, like Surf, um, Hitman.
Why you like Geechee? I'm just
I don't
asking.
know. Geechee bought that. Like, I don't know. He just came in stepping, man. Like Geechee bought that swagger, that confidence. What he rep. What he rep
Yeah,
to the fullest. So it kind of okay. Like you feel his believability. You feel him. The stories he tell. The pain that he writes. You just feel it. You got no choice but to feel it. So
I got.
Geechee, and
I
of course
like K
Av
Shine
too.
and Briz.
Yeah, K-Shine, they
That's
they
who I
can they
like.
can
That's who I
perform.
like.
They perform. It just
That,
depends
you,
what you like to
so
hear. Like, I
so
like them too.
now that we got that, if you had one of your teammates that you could battle rap against, who would it be?
One of my teammates,
Yeah, who you would have a
probably
battle
Jared,
with?
probably Jay Hunt. Jared, he a funny dude. He probably perform his tell off. He a funny dude. I'm telling you, he funny.
Oh man, so what was I getting ready to say? And what about battle rap? Does battle rap connect to that aggressive side on the field?
You can say that. I'd say with battle rap, it's just another example. People taking their craft serious, man. Like people don't
Mhm.
realize how talented you have to be to remember your rounds and the delivery they have when they rapping, not having a beat, and just the metaphors they coming up with. It shows how smart they are and also how serious they take their craft. So
Mhm.
that definitely can definitely rub off on you and definitely help me on the field.
And somewhere I read your favorite food is salad.
Correct.
What's your go-to? Caesar?
Caesar for sure. Ain't no, it's Caesar all day.
What you put on it? Lemon vinaigrette?
Nah.
Balsamic?
Um, I like vinaigrette, and then also like I gotta have some type of protein up there with it as well. Like Coach Scott used to always joke me, cause like even when we'd be in the hotel before the game, and I make a salad the night before with some maybe some steak in there, throw some chicken in there, and he like joke would say like, man, you love Chipotle that much? But I'm like, I just I like salad. I just like eating salad, so.
Yeah, so real quick, back to being a little bit serious. I know we talked earlier about your parents and stuff, man. What talk to me about how they inspire you.
Oh, it's easy because you see both of them. They wake up early to go to work. Never made no excuse. You know, always took care of me and my brother, and it just translate. Both of them, leaders, have big roles where they work at, and like I said, it just easily translate on the field, just the character they have, and then like they also both college graduates, and so it definitely great role models, and it just translate, so they definitely rolled off on me.
I hear that, and like you play a very aggressive style of defense, right?
Right.
And I'm coming back. I know I'm a little all over the place, but I had to come back. Where did you learn that from?
um so my high school coach used to always say this before every game. He's always say, you get to go out there for an hour and hit somebody as hard as possible without getting in trouble with it if you do it clean. And like that always kind of like stuck with me because, like I said earlier, I never feared anyone on the field. And I know I'm kind of a big dude myself. So, I mean, I just always want to be fast and physical. I just want to show like I was never scared. I was never scared of contact. And I just fly around. But a lot of this stuff, just be film study and me just hustling, running to the ball. A lot of times you just make plays just by hustling. So for me, it was definitely, just having no fear and just trusting my ability that I can, bring somebody down to the ground.
And so we talk about no fear. When y'all play Rutgers,
Right.
right? You were down in the blocks, made a fourth down stop. When you
Right.
played Norfolk, was it like 11 tackles in the game-winning interception?
Correct.
Talk to me about the mindset, being able to play a safety and also make a million tackles, and I'm exaggerating, but also
Right.
be a ball hawk. You seem to always be there to make the right play. Talk to
Right.
me a little bit about the mindset and your thought process.
Just like, for me, it's film, 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 film. It helped me react. If I see certain things, certain formations, I know, okay, they like this, boom, we doing this. Certain, what down it is, the down the distance, that helps me react. And just me just believing in myself, I go out there in the field and I believe that I'm the best player on the field. That's my mindset. And, no one else can tell me different. We in a timeout, I'm saying, I'm telling myself, you're the best player, you're the best player, you're the best player. And I'm a big believer, big time players make big time plays. And for me, it was just, like I say, man, just really trusting myself, man. I know I'm not the fastest. I never was the most athletic, but, you couldn't never tell on that field because I always had to, the mindset myself to tell myself that no one's better than me on this field. And so just playing Rutgers, seeing certain things, I'm just trusting myself, seeing certain things and just hitting it. That Norfolk State game, just seeing certain things, seeing who the quarterback like throwing the ball to, I'm just trusting myself. So it's just really, me betting on myself and me trusting myself, and it helped me make a lot of plays.
So I got like maybe two more questions, but I
For
want
sure.
to ask you, man, like how do you want to be remembered at Howard?
Um, that's one thing I would say I truly do care about is the legacy I left at Howard, right? One of the main reasons, another reason why I stayed at Howard, why not build a legacy and come back 10 years, maybe being in the school Hall of Fame, then maybe being in the MEAC Hall of Fame. And, I always just wanted to be remembered as just not my on the field, accolades, but also how I was off the field, how good of a person I am, how great of a leader I am. But I definitely wanted to leave a mark. I definitely wanted to get a championship. I definitely wanted a celebration championship. It didn't happen. But, the fact that we actually made history by winning, a MEAC ring and been like 30 plus years, I'm proud to say that. I'm proud of, I was just told that I was a 3-time HBCU All-American. That's history in the books, being the first Aeneas Williams winner from Howard University. So I just want, I always wanted my name just to last forever. When you talk about Howard, oh, Kenny Gallop Jr. went there. Like, what? Like, yeah, he went to Howard. So that's always wanted to have that legacy. And I'm pretty sure that I stamped that.
I hear that. Now I got this ain't my last one, but what's it
Nah,
like
for
to
sure.
play with your brother?
Oh, man, it was a blessing, man. You growing up, you just playing, growing up playing in the backyard, playing football. We always on the same team from Pop Warner to middle school to high school. And, now, just playing on that collegiate level and it's actually giving him free game. We giving each other signals and different checks we got to do on the field. It was a blessing. It was also just fun. Just seeing how proud our parents were. We both on scholarships. Our parents had to pay for college, and they don't have to travel everywhere to get to, travel at the same place to watch us. And, see how proud they were. It was just an amazing feeling. And, my brother, I just, would definitely wish him the best. And, he'll definitely be better than me. So,
Oh, that's dope, man. And what last thing I want to ask you? What is your most memorable moment?
mm, dang, that's a Cause it's too, man. Like it's really a lot, man. Us beating Morgan to go to the Celebration Bowl. I mean, like I never forget. Like my mind was going so bad because like our offense was holding the ball. Like they was on the ball for so long. Like we chewed the clock, man. That whole full quarter. And I'm thinking like, bro, we gonna eventually. Cause Morgan defense was tough, and we were eventually gonna have to get on that field. We gonna have to make a play. Something's gonna happen. But I'm just eager. I'm just ready to go out there just to try to make a play. And our offense, they held on to the ball. We ended up winning that the MEAC, but then also that Norfolk State game, just being in that homecoming crowd and making a game-selling interception, sold out crowd, homecoming, fans all around Green Stadium, and that was a great experience as well, man. So definitely them two moments, and then of course also just playing in Atlanta, playing in Mercedes-Benz, crowd jumping. Yeah. So it was that.
That's good, man. And I got to say, I shared two of those moments with you. I
Yeah.
remember you catching the interception at Norfolk and running around the whole back of the end zone
Yeah.
to get to the other side of
that was lit.
of the game. You know what I mean? And it was exciting to be there. I actually I think I got to look. I got that somewhere. I might have
Yeah.
to send that to you.
Yeah. You should.
Yeah. So, brother, I appreciate you, man. I love talking to you. We sit down, we bust it up all the time. I wish you luck and keep doing your thing, brother.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah. Don't hang up yet. Let me just get this because I'm gonna cut
All
the
right.
end off. This thing, man. It's gonna do something. No, hold on.